Welcome back, players and collectors, to the Void Podcast, which is a podcast for all things Nostalgix TCG. Today, we have a really fun episode because by this time next week, when I record and put out the next episode, Harmonic Surge will be upon us. So, I'm getting anxious. I'm getting very excited, and I know a lot of you guys are as well. But we have some really good things to talk about in the Nostalgix world. I've been waiting for this to come so I could bring you guys some more Nostalgix news. But we've got a couple things we're going to hit in this week's episode. First thing is Harmonic Surge is coming. We're about a week and a half away, but we'll kind of talk about that in a little bit more detail in a minute. The Nostalgix Discord had its first ever online tournament, which was a huge success. I mean, it was so much fun. It was big, and I think it's really kickstarting something really big over on the Discord channel, which, by the way, if you're not a part of, you should definitely go join the Nostalgix Discord channel. I will try to make a link in the description of the YouTube video. Otherwise, you'll just have to search for Nostalgix and find it. I think they have it on their website, so you could probably just go to nostalgixtcg.com. But we've got some news articles, which is really cool because to me that makes it feel like Nostalgix is making it. It's not IGN that's publishing these news articles, but you got some gaming places and review sites that are putting out articles on Nostalgix, and giving them very good reviews is a big thing. So we've got some good news on that front. And then the last piece of topic stuff for this week is Secret Shards 16. If you know, you know, but we're going to talk about it so you do know. But let's get into it with the very first thing here, which is Harmonic Surge. I can't believe that it's almost upon us already. It feels like it was just yesterday. We were in the naming stage of Harmonic Surge before it was Harmonic Surge. This is so cool. This is so cool. But it is a week and a half away as of the recording of this video, and when this video actually does go live, or this podcast rather does go live, it will be a week and a half away. It'll actually be like a week and 2 days away. So it's kind of a little bit less than a week and a half, but it's close enough. Zabo has been filling us in that product has been already sent to fulfillment centers, and that there's been no delay in receiving the actual product. And that is a very good thing. For those of you who aren't like really into that kind of stuff and follow that stuff, that is like the biggest piece that hang-ups usually come on when it comes to stuff like that. When you're talking about Kickstarters and getting other kinds of product for a big release like this, the thing that's going to most likely set it back, if there were to be a setback, is fulfillment centers not getting the stuff in time. And there could be a number of reasons for why that may or may not occur. But it doesn't matter for all of us in the Nostalgix world, because Nostalgix got their stuff. The company that produces all of the cards, the packs, the boxes, everything, got it to the fulfillment centers already as of, I think it was last week is when he actually put the announcement up. So the fulfillment centers are ready to go. The only thing that's left to happen is we got to get close enough to where the fulfillment centers can ship them out to your address, to my address, everybody's address, right? And get the product out. So that is very cool, very surreal. I am stoked, man. I am so stoked for Harmonic Surge. I do have a case coming my way we're going to be breaking some of that open on release day. I even took time off work. Like I literally put in a whole day of PTO just so I don't have to work on June 2nd, so we can rip open one of these booster boxes at least and kind of have like a welcome to Harmonic Surge party. So we'll be doing some fun stuff, but I'll put more details out about that later on. I know there's going to be a few places that are doing release parties. I'm trying to see if my own LGS will do a release party too, but like I said, regardless, we're going to be cracking open a box ourselves here on my channel, Ren's Collectibles, and we will be enjoying a brand new box of Harmonic Surge. Dude, I just can't wait for it. I am so stoked. But yeah, so there's kind of some speculation going on with that too, because Zaba has made mention, and it's not a for sure thing, and there's no guarantees, no promises. However, he did say that given the fact that all the product is in the fulfillment center and it's ready to go, that shipping could be as early as Monday or Tuesday next week in order for boxes to be arriving by June 2nd, which is Friday. So I think it's Friday, right? Right? I'm pretty sure it's Friday. Yeah, it is Friday. Okay, I just had to double check. I get my days mixed up sometimes. But yeah, so we could be seeing boxes shipped out, notifications for shipping by Monday or Tuesday, and potentially be receiving our boxes by the end of the week. That's big. That's big. I am so pumped. I'm hoping the only thing that'll set me back on the release party thing is if my boxes don't get here by Friday, which I'm counting on the whole, like, shipping ahead of time thing. So if he doesn't, for some reason, if there is some mishap or something that does not allow for shipping to happen right away or for boxes to not arrive by Friday, then I guess I won't be doing a live stream. But my card shop, I believe, pre-ordered some of their own boxes as well. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll just play by ear. But if we can't get, if my boxes I personally ordered do not arrive by then we'll find a way. We'll find a way to do something. But that's the biggest piece of news out there right now, is that we are a week and a half away from Harmonic Surge being here. It feels good, Nostalgix, being a brand new TCG, is finally at its second set, its sophomore set, and that's a big thing. And I think most people kind of have this thought of, if a TCG can make it to its third set, then it's doing good and it's healthy and it's set up for success. And there's no doubt in my mind whatsoever that Nostalgix is already set up for success and going to make it. I mean, they've already been super successful. Let's be real here. Biggest Kickstarter for a TCG game out on Kickstarter, and just the sheer volume of people that already know about Nostalgix is pretty incredible. But the second set being here is just another stepping stone of, Nostalgix ascent to the top, which, again, I truly think is going to happen. It might not be right away. We might have to wait another year or two for Nostalgix to be up there at the top with these other games. But I truly, truly believe that Nostalgix has what it takes to rise the ranks and be up there in contention with, Pokemon and Magic and Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh, MetaZoo, Lorcana when it actually drops. I kind of hate throwing Lorcana in there because it's not even out yet. It's not even a real TCG yet, but it's Disney, so we all know it's going to succeed. It's super popular already, but that's just the level that I think Nostalgix is very capable of getting to. And like I said, Harmonic Surge is just the next stepping stone in that direction. And the fact that the cards and everything within Harmonic Surge is hugely gameplay oriented is just like the cherry on top. Seriously, we went through every single card in the last week's episode, and there is not a bad card in there. There's not a card that is not playable, that has no value, being in the game. When you look at other games like Pokemon and Magic, Digimon, you get a lot of cards that are kind of just, they're in these sets for fluff, if that makes sense. They're there just to pad stats, make the card count bigger, just they're extras that don't really do anything. They're cards that people will never play, that type of thing. They're not going to collect them, all that. With Harmonic Surge, there is no cards like that. Like truly, I know people probably think I'm biased on that, but seriously, every card is playable, and I fully intend, along with my brother, I know for sure at least, and there's many of you out there who I'm sure will do the same thing and helping me prove this point. But many decks are going to be created. Many different metas are going to be kind of formed. The cool thing with Harmonic Surge and all the different card mechanics and all the different cards it's bringing is that there really is no meta. If you look at base set right now, one person could argue that mechs are probably the most popular pick, but they're not necessarily meta, right? Like, you can play other decks and still win, and that's been proven. Look at Jonesy. A big shout out to Jonesy. When he won the Minnesota TCG Con tournament with, I guess it's kind of like pseudo mech, but with a Chrono Krios deck. I believe. No, it wasn't Chrono Krios. It was a Takun deck. So not even mech oriented or anything like that. Not like the first tournament winner we ever saw. But anything's possible at winning. And that's kind of the really cool thing. And with Harmonic Surge, it just opens up so many more possibilities. And there might be some fan favorites that come out, some decks that are genuinely good and maybe considered S tier. But it's not to say that those decks are unbeatable and they won't. You could pretty much make a deck around anything in Nostalgix and make it competitive if you truly wanted to and if you truly put time and effort into it. Case in point, Valkyrian is my favorite fighter and favorite character in all of Nostrum, and you guys all know this already. I've made a deck and I'm still tweaking it. Like even now, weeks later, I'm still making adjustments to it and tweaking it a little bit. It is very competitive. It might not be the traditional way it's meant to be played. And for anybody who's actually played me in a match, not even with the Valkyrian deck, but just with any deck at all, I don't like to do ordinary, in the box types of decks. I like to definitely go outside the box. I like to get creative, and I like to have fun. And that's kind of what I did with this Valkyrian, and it's not 100% guaranteed win at all. But I do have, I would say, a good 70 to 75% chance of winning any given match that I go up against. And you could make a deck like that too. Your favorite character, if your favorite fighter is Takun, for example, again, Jonesy sealing the deal with that tournament win, Takun. Anything is possible. And Harmonic Surge really just, it doubles down on that. And I think that is so cool. There is no TCG that does that. There's no TCG out there that is just competing in a gameplay way with sets like that. So, just a little taste of why Harmonic Surge is going to be so big, and why I think Harmonic Surge is going to be just the launch of Nostalgix into top tier stuff. With 2 sets out, one of the big things I've been hearing at my own card shop and online for others is that, there's only 1 set. It's hard to get into a game when there's only 1 set because you're very limited on cards. And sometimes it feels like if you're not good at building decks, you could get stuck. And some decks are made to dominate. But with the second set coming out, you've got even more cards to choose from. You got a bigger pool. They introduce other types of mechanics and card abilities. It just opens up a whole new world. And I think you're going to see a ton more people jumping into Nostalgix because just of the fact that there's a second set showing and marking its success as a TCG, that it's able to make it to a second set, but also the fact that there's bigger card pool to pull from, and deck building is going to open up immensely. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I know it's easy and cheesy for me to say, like, I'm just excited for Harmonic Surge, but truly there's a lot in my brain that's firing off right now when I think of Harmonic Surge releasing in a week. There's just so much potential with it. And like I said, I think Nostalgic's gonna really take off with it. So I'm pretty stoked about that. But our second topic, moving on along here, and that's the other thing, is this episode hopefully won't be as long as the last one, which was about an hour and a half long, just going over the set list. We are not going to quite hit that this week. I'm trying to keep it under an hour. I can be very long-winded. I think people are picking up on that already. The second topic we have here is the Discord tournament, the online tournament, first ever Nostalgix online tournament, was a huge success. All right. I did play in it. I participated in it, and I'm going to be fully involved with just about every online tournament that's going to be hitting from here on out. And to kind of talk on that for a second, Trazia and I have actually kind of been nominated by Zaba to run the online tournament gameplay type stuff. So you're going to see a lot of myself and Trazia on the Discord putting together some tournament stuff, putting together some, whether it's free tournaments or paid entry tournaments for prizes. And the only reason we say that is we want to be able to give people a chance to play competitively and give people a chance to play casually, especially when, we're just now rolling out the online tournament format. It's important to not only cater to those who are already in and ready to go hardcore into competitive play, but to also kind of dial it back for some stuff for newer players or people who aren't like big into deck building and just kind of want to have fun, hang out, and just get the experience. So we're gonna be running those, and I mean, I'm looking forward to doing more of these tournaments, but I'm hoping we get more and more people to kind of jump into these and take that leap. I don't want to say leap of faith, but like that leap of excitement and the thrill of participating in something that they may not be used to. Because we had like I said, for the first tournament, we had a really good turnout. We had 8 players. We did have 9. One person did have to drop, unfortunately, but that's okay. There's plenty of time. This was kind of a last minute. I don't want to say it's last minute. There was only really like a week's notice for this tournament. That doesn't sound right either. It wasn't really. We were discussing it in the Discord, and we kind of just put it for a week out, but we had all kind of mutually agreed that that was an okay time to do it. So it wasn't like forced, it wasn't rushed or anything like that. We were all just ready to play. But it was a huge success, and I think tournaments in the future are going to be very successful too. But again, we want to do some tournaments that are paid entry. That way we can send out prizes for winners and people participating. You know, how the prize support is actually going to go depends on the tournaments week by week, how many people participate, that kind of thing. But with that being said, if anybody needs help building decks, or if you want to participate and you're not really sure, you know, what to think or how to do it, you know, what kind of setup you need, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to pretty much anybody on the Discord channel. You just make a post on there, and all of us that have some knowledge about it, some experience, will gladly help you and assist you. So make sure you do that if you want to participate. And if not, just kick back, relax, and I've got a video I'm going to be doing that's kind of a breakdown and like a little bit of a rundown of my matches for the week or for that tournament, and you can kind of see what it was like. But this very first Discord tournament was a lot of fun. And I want to give a big shout out to Mini Minnow, who ended up winning. He went undefeated, actually, and won the tournament. And I know a lot of people, not a lot of people, it's pretty much just the cardboard addicts are going to be poking my ribs, I'm sure, about me not winning the tournament. And that's fine. It was all for fun, and I truly had a good time. So I don't really care about it. No, Minnow had a really good deck. I ended up peeping his deck list at the end when he posted it, and it's a pretty good deck. Not gonna lie, it's a pretty competitive deck. But we had, let me switch this over here. Boom! If you're on the YouTube side, the visual side, you can see stuff on my screen. For those on the audio only side, I have the standings for the tournament here. So there was 8 of us, and Minnow won. He had a perfect 3-0 record. So it pretty much just went by, you know, how many wins he had. We only there were Swiss rounds, best of 1, because we were limited in time. And in future tournaments, I don't think we're going to really be limited in time. Maybe do like a whole day long thing or a weekend thing, or, you know, something like that. Not really like an hour and a half, 2-hour session like we'd had. But Minnow went undefeated, 3-0. Then there was a 3-way tie for second place that included Bobby Light, Elusive, and myself. And then there was a 3-way tie for 5th place, which was TCGMP, Jonesy, and Pro Decimus. And the unfortunate reality with any kind of tournament is, you know, you have a winner, but you equally must have somebody who finishes last, and that was Delta. But I tell you what, I've actually had the fortunate pleasure of playing Delta, and for his being his first time ever playing like somewhat competitive matches, did phenomenal. Like, give yourself a pat on the back, dude. You really did not do bad. And his losses aren't really, he didn't truly go winless, because one of he had to forfeit because his webcam was acting up. So not really his fault there. But like I said, in tournaments like these, you're going to have a winner. You must also equally have somebody who finishes last. So, but everybody got a pack. That was a cool thing with like the whole thing, is everybody got packs from a Day Zero booster box as kind of a reward for participating in the first ever tournament and really helping kickstart this. So Congratulations to everybody for participating. That was a lot of fun. We saw some really cool deck combos, some crazy combinations as well. Really good gameplay. I think, with how competitive my deck is supposed to be, it's hard because I edited the deck to fit the rulings, which was only 2 extra life, only 2 Puppet Master Wrong, and I think 2 scrap metal. Those were like the restrictions. And I had to take out, unfortunately, 2 extra life from my deck, and I didn't know what else to put into it. So I edited my deck a little bit, and I didn't edit it very great, but all the games were very competitive, and they were fun. Like, they were genuinely and truly fun. But yeah, so we had the tournament here, the standings. It's really cool to see. And then this right here, I think, is what most people are more interested in seeing. This is the breakdown of each round. So round 1 had TCGMP and Bobby Light, where Bobby Light won. And then Minnow versus Elusive, where Minnow won. The third match was myself and Jonesy, and Jonesy took home the dub there. That was a really fun match, too. That one came down to the very, very end, and he just kind of outlasted me. I couldn't get my draws I needed, which really hurt me. I got no extra life in that game, but like I said earlier, I've got some video footage of this whole tournament from my games that I'll put up for you guys to see. But the final game was Pro Decimus versus Delta, and I think this was the game actually where Delta's webcam was not working. So there's some big dubs on that one. Round 2 was Elusive and Delta, where Elusive took home the win. And then it was myself versus TCG MP. I won that match. Third game was Jonesy and Bobby Light, and Bobby actually won that game. I heard that was a pretty good game too. I didn't get to see any of it, but I heard that was a really good game too. Jonesy knows how to play, man. I tell you what, Jonesy knows how to play. The fourth game was another one that it was one that I think could have gone a little bit better for Pro Decimus, but Mini Minnow just destroyed him. We're going to be honest there. He put his foot on the pedal and just did not let go until he crushed Decimus. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. He was telling me about it, though. Pro Decimus was talking to me about it and said that Minnow's deck just ramped up so fast and he couldn't compete. The next one, let's see, the round 3, which was the final round, was myself versus Pro Decimus. And for those of you who don't know, Pro Decimus is actually my brother. So there was some high stakes in this game. Had to show up to prove little brother is still there. I'm big brother, by the way. We had Elusive versus Jonesy, which Elusive won. Delta versus TCG MP, which MP won. And then you had Mini Minnow and Bobby Light, where Minnow took the dub there to seal his undefeated record. But I do want to make note that the final round here, me versus my brother Pro Decimus, I slapped him around a little bit. He actually played a really good game against me. My deck just... It was hard for him to keep up with my deck. Let's just say that. My deck is meant to really hammer you towards the end. Like, the more time that passes, the better my deck is going to get. And I think his was geared more towards like ramping up at the beginning and maintaining it in the middle stage, but it kind of like exhausts itself towards the end. I slapped his hero around on the final turn for 70 damage, which was massive. I think I could be wrong, but I think that's the most damage anybody has dealt in one turn to a hero. So that was pretty fun. Sorry, little brother. I had to teach you though. Yeah, so that was the tournament. It was really cool. Like I said, very first online tournament. It was a webcam tournament too, no less. So very fun. We may do tabletop simulator tournaments in the near future as well. So for those of you who don't have webcams or physical cards, but you have tabletop simulator, that is a possibility as well. So let me get this back over here. We got that going. And then, you know what? I got to pull up the other link because we are going to take a peek at some of those articles that I made mention of in the very beginning because they're worth showing off. And boom, here we have the first one. So these are two online articles, publishers that I had heard of one of them before, and I hadn't heard of the other one. But going through it, they're very talented in writing articles. Like they just sound really good. But this first article is from Nerds Talking Nerdy, which I believe also has a podcast. So they may have already done or may do in the future a podcast on Nostalgix. I will find out. I haven't actually listened to their podcast, but I did read through their little review here, which was really cool because they got to kind of get like a good look at what Nostalgix is and kind of talk about it a little bit. So for players who are new or trying to figure out what Nostalgix is, this is like a good little article to kind of get you in. And they got like the learn how to play in 2 minutes video that Zaba did up on there. They got some pictures of some of the cards, kind of telling you like the rarities and what to look for in cards. They even have a little picture of Voodoo in there. But the thing that I kind of wanted to bring attention to is that they are doing unboxing videos to kind of amplify their article, which I think is really, really cool. So I'm going to have to look up their social media, and they may have already done it. I'm not really sure. I haven't really dug into their stuff outside of their blog, their article stuff here. But they are going to be doing some unboxing videos, which is really refreshing to see that other people are going to be doing them too. So, but their tagline says, "So, are you ready to embark on your cosmic adventure? Nostalgix is waiting to take you on a thrilling ride through the universe, one card at a time. Hop on board, and may the cards be ever in your favor." I just like that tagline. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a nice little touch. But the second article here, this is the one I had heard of before, Lords of Gaming. I think they're a little bit bigger than the Nerds Talking Nerdy, but still really, really cool. And the thing that really kind of blew my mind, took me away a little bit, is right here at the very beginning. They kind of have their opening paragraph, like here's what Nostalgix is. And then they have the easy setup to show you how the game is set up and played. They actually have the picture of my thumbnail that I did for my YouTube video on how to play Nostalgix on Tabletop Simulator. They put that thumbnail right up on there. So it was really cool because I'm on this article. They don't mention me by name or anything like that. Like I'm not that special, but I just thought it was really cool that they did that. And again, they put the how to play in 2 minutes video up on there, but they kind of go a little bit more in depth. They talk about things a little bit more that, the mechanics are fairly easy to understand. How to obtain victory, what the turns consist of. They talk about the game length, which they put on here. One match should not take. Let me start that over. It says, from my experience, I never played one match longer than around 25 minutes. So that's kind of what they're saying is the games are quick. You know, you can play a match of Pokemon, and if you're experienced, 20 minutes, depending on what kind of decks you're playing up against. If you're newer, then probably not that quick. And Magic, forget about it. You're going to be there for a while. I don't know about Yu-Gi-Oh, but yeah, they kind of go into it a little bit more. They got some packaging stuff where they show all the decks, which still, to this day, there is no deck product that looks as good and as flashy as the Nostalgix decks. There just isn't. But they continue on here. They really do have like a really big article on Nostalgix, which is really refreshing to see. They kind of go into their creative art style in the sleeves. Yeah, they went all in on it. So final thoughts. I could say Nostalgix is a good time. So right there, they even say it. You know, it's a good time and a good game, which is really cool. And probably the pinnacle of this whole article here is at the very end, they kind of give it a ranking. Like they have on a 10-point scale, 10 being the greatest, 1 being the worst, they have a grading. And they actually gave Nostalgix an 8.9, which is a really high grade. If you really think about it, that's pretty high. One of the best trading card games I've played in a future top 5. And there you go, folks. I'm not the only one saying it. Nostalgix is gonna be one of the big boys. It's gonna be. They actually even broke it down to the good and the bad. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things under the good, and only 2 for under the bad. And honestly, I think the bad ones that they put on there were just like, we have to find something bad about it, so let's put some things down on there. And you'll see and hear why in a second, because the good things, they put amazing art style, good mechanics, beginner user-friendly, easy setup, good release cadence, their future plans, again, massive. What they're doing, what Nostalgix is rolling towards, this is going to be big. And the last one, it says very communicative with fans. Communicative. I don't know why I stumbled on that so badly. Very communicative with fans, which is very true. I mean, Zaba is amongst us just as much as we are amongst everybody else. It's really cool. But the 2 things they put for bad are safer starter deck packaging. And that, to me, safer starter deck packaging is just like a nitpicky thing. Now, I'm not talking ill on these guys whatsoever. Their article was fantastic. I really recommend you guys go read it. But their packaging being safer, I see what they're saying. Like they want things in there a little bit better, so where they're not like flopping around as much. But that's kind of a nitpicky thing in my opinion. And then the last thing is sleeves could be better. I mean, come on, they're not Dragon Shield. They're valid things. Like, don't get me wrong, they are valid things to say like could be better. But brand new TCG. Right out of the gates, like this is all stuff they're doing on their own. They're not a Pokemon Magic game yet, so this is pretty good. It's pretty good. I do want to read this part up here too, because there was one part I kind of skipped over it earlier, and I should have read it, but they do put in here too. With everything it offers, I believe Nostalgix has some longevity and could be around for a long time. Do I think it will overtake the big 3 TCGs, which are Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon? No. They have fan bases that have been around for years and have a big lead on new games. However, once Nostalgix gets more developed and implements the things Hunter, who's Zaba, told us about in the interview, like the digital port of the game, for example, I've played many TCGs and Nostalgix could be a top 5 down in the long run. So there you go, folks. That is exactly what I've been saying all this time as well. It's going to be very tough for any TCG to top the big 3, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon. Even Lorcana is not going to topple them. Like, it's just not going to happen. I'm pretty dead set on that. I would be very shocked if Lorcana overtakes any of them. Yeah, no, I would. Maybe Magic, if they continue down this really bad spiral they're going down. But even with the bad spiral Magic is going down, I don't think Lorcana is going to overtake them. But these guys here, even, people that have not been into the game, they're relatively new, learning the game, see the massive potential that's in here, and that's awesome. I mean, like, you can't ask for more. Like, the game is moving in a very good and organic direction, and we got to be good with that. We are good with that. But the last topic we have for this week's episode, I mean, we're making good time here, folks. We're making good times here. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for not just like talking and talking and talking. We have Secret Shards 16. And the reason that this one is kind of special is this is the final monthly pack. It even shows on the website here, which I'm showing for the visual side. Newest Secret Shards pack, Secret Shards 16, final monthly pack. And with it is coming a very, very good pricing. And by that, I mean, if you subscribe and you do the 1 month delivery, which you have no reason to not do it because it's literally ending after this month, is $20.69. So these boxes, which normally, if you get it before the end of the month, before like it rolls out, then for like the pre-order phase, like right now is in the pre-order phase. If you get it right now, you can get it for the $20.69 price, 69 cents price. It does say one-time purchase of $22.99 is another option. I don't know why anybody would click on that and do it, because you're just charging yourself an extra $2 for no reason. Because all Secret Shards subscriptions are going to be canceled automatically by Nostalgix and team. So you don't even have to worry about canceling your own subscription. That's what's really cool about this. But Secret Shards 16 is the big finale on Secret Shards as a monthly pack. Now, Zaba did say Secret Shards are not going to be gone. They're just not going to be monthly. So my speculation, my guess here, is we're going to get quarterly packs. I don't know what that's going to entail, how much it's going to be, or any details like that. I just think we're going to go from monthly to quarterly. And my reason being is the whole reason Secret Shards is kind of going away from the monthly thing is that it just gets a lot. It's becoming a lot for people who want to truly collect the game and collect these special art cards, these alternate arts, if you will. Doing it monthly is kind of tough, especially at the price point. I think the price point is fair, but it's still a lot considering the fact that, like this one, you're getting what, 9 cards? No, 8 cards. 8 cards. One of which is potentially and likely going to be a blank canvas card. You're paying $35 if you're a subscriber, or $50 if you're not a subscriber. So if you're just buying one box and being done, $50. again, I do think the price is fair for the quality of the cards and everything you're getting in them. But you got to think that's hard for a lot of just regular collectors to purchase and bring home. Spending $50 for any TCG is kind of big, and the average collector player is only spending like $100 a month anyway. So there goes half of your monthly budget on one box for 8 cards, So I get it, and I think this is honestly the correct move. I think it is. Now, I have no insight or official knowledge of what's going on with Secret Shards, like what the future of it is. I have no idea. I am not part of the Nostalgix team, so I don't know that good juicy details. But that's just my prediction, is that it's going to move to a quarterly type of thing. So we'll see. But Secret Shards 16, you guys already know. Like I said at the beginning, if you know, you know. I'm going to tell you if you don't know. This I'm going all out for. The price point. $20 a box. I got to put in for some more. I got to go harder for more. B, there's a Nexus Rare Brecken the Miner. That's my hero, ladies and gentlemen. That is my hero. I am going hard for this, and I'm telling you now, if for some reason the Lucky Frogs are not on my side, and out of all the boxes, and I'm buying many boxes, if I do not pull a Nexus Rare Brecken the Miner, first of all, I'm going to cry. I'm going to sit in a corner and cry. Second of all, I'm going to go through the 5 stages of denial, or the 5 stages of grief, starting with denial. And then I'm going to be looking for buying to somebody to buy the card, because I can't not have this card. I just can't. I have to have it. It's Brecken the Miner as a Nexus Rare. I've been waiting for this, like truly waiting. I've had a Secret Shards gift card for like 7 months that I have specifically been waiting for Brecken the Miner or Valkyrian as a Nexus Rare. And we are getting Brecken the Miner. I'm going all in on it. I'm doing it. We're doing it, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing it. So yeah, there we go. The cards in this entire set, though, are seriously so cool. The Night Owl might be my favorite. Seriously, just so good. I love owls. I really love owls. That is a fantastic art. Like, all of these arts are good. There's no bad art card on here, but none of them compare to Night Owl, in my opinion. Frenemy looks really cool. I can't wait to get that one. Pepetto, which is another, Frenemy and Pepetto are Harmonic Surge cards, so we're going to be getting to see those. Same with Sergeant Surge. I don't know what is going on with my S's today. Sergeant Surge and Floatant are also Harmonic Surge cards. But then we have Souljar back there, which I think is going to be the second best one. I can't wait to see like the actual full version of this, the full art, because I love Souljar as well. And then you have Spookula, which that one looks pretty sweet too. Let's be real. That's pretty cool. If you can't tell, he's got for those who I guess aren't looking at it with me right now, it's a bullet, obviously it's Spookula, going through water, and it's got like the green water lines, I guess is the best way I can describe it. But in those water lines of the water like torpedoing around the bullet, they have a mouth with teeth and an eye for Spookula. So it's honestly really cool. It's a really well thought out design, really cool. Kudos to the team for doing that. Actually, who did these? Adam Hoppus. I'm not sure who that is, but you did fantastic, sir. And you did the Night Owl. Holy cow. I need to find out who this artist is, and I want to get one of my Night Owls signed by them. That's what I want to do. Edwin San, always tremendous artwork. And then my boy V-Mart coming in with that Nexus Rare artwork, man. Buddy. Ooh, buddy. I can't wait for these. But make sure you get them. It says here they are limited to 1,000 of each series, but that is not true because the last few of them, I think since 12, have been limited to 500 boxes. And I'm going to own a nice little chunk of that market after this. So, yeah, we're going hard on these. So make sure you pick up your Secret Shards while you can, because if you don't, I'm probably going to pick them up. I'm just saying. Zaba's also made mention of the fact that he might do bundles of Secret Shards in the near future for discounted prices as well. So if you are a big fan of Secret Shards, keep an eye on Secret Shards website. You guys know I will update you when I can, but if you want to be the first ones in on it and you want to snag some deals, make sure you guys are watching the Secret Shards webpage. But that brings us to the ending of our episode, ladies and gentlemen. We've gone through all the big topics for the week, and the only things that are left are card pick of the week and pack of the week. So, last week I gave some clues as to what the potential card pick of this week is, and a couple of you guessed it correctly, and I'm going to reveal it now. Boom. Brecken the Miner from Secret Shards 15. I think it was pretty easy to guess. I made it pretty easy. But that is the card pick of the week. Look at that beautiful, beautiful Dwarven Man right there. Yep. I'm liking this artwork. I like that he has the gemstone in his hand and it still sparkles too. I think it's really cool. But it's just an alternate art card of Brecken the Miner. It's a borderless full art card. It's got the same ability. Once per turn, you may gain 1 temporary mana, lose 3 life. The art is by Biaz Art. It's either Biaz or Biaz or something like that. But really, really good. Secret Shards 15, card number 1. So there you go. That is the card pick of the week, and I have the second, well, it's not the second, it's the next card pick for next week in my hand right now. There you go. That's the back of it. I'm showing off the back to the video side. If you're on the audio side, I'm not actually revealing the card yet, but it is a very good card. It is a fighter. And the only other clue I will give is that it is it is very wise. It is a very wise fighter. We'll see with those very vague. That's honestly a pretty vague description of it. I'm gonna see if anybody can guess it and kind of go from there. And it is out of the base set. It is not Secret Shards or anything like that. So get your guesses in. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be impressed if people can pick up on it pretty quickly. But I'll leave it there. We're going to move into the final thing for the episodes before we send it off, which is the pack of the week. And here I have a Day 0 booster pack straight from a booster box. This is actually one of the packs that I got for playing in the Nostalgix online Discord tournament. But I went with the Nakira artwork on purpose because Mini Minnow won that tournament. So, to kind of give him a little shout out and, raise a toast to my man Minnow, I'm going to open up the Nakira pack artwork. So there you go, buddy. Out of all 4 pack artworks, I chose Nakira for you. We're going to rip it open. And we're going to see and find out what we get. All right. I can't get it. Oh, there we go. The light was kind of like all over the place. We have Turnip starting off. Massive Effect, which is a really good card. Fish Out of Water. Can never go wrong with Fish Out of Water. Just Desserts. Sparkbolt. Good 0-cost card. Fairn. One of the best fighters and cutest fighters in the entire universe, honestly. It's not even just a world anymore, it's a universe. Stumpkin. Mysterious Vial, and for the final card. Oh, that's not the final card. This is a reverse. Reverse that. The final card is a tune-up. So we got the turn-up, and then we got the tune-up at the very end. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen, players and collectors. That is the end of the second podcast for The Void. So I hope you guys truly enjoyed it. Again, if you guys did, if you're watching on the YouTube side, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button, you like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. But post your picks on what you think the card pick of the week for next week is going to be. And also let me know in the comments down below what your card pick for this week would have been if you got to pick the card. I just love interacting with you guys, so let me know what your card pick for this week is. For those of you on the audio sides, the podcast side, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, wherever, I would be very grateful for you guys to follow me, follow The Void Podcast, subscribe to it, whatever it is for each thing, and leave reviews. Leave like a 5-star review and tell me what you like, what you don't like, and all that good stuff. But that is all we have for this week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed your Nostalgix updates, and I can't wait to see you guys and talk to you guys in the next episode next week. But that's it. Take care.